Welcome back to the channel. We've done it. We have successfully sold flip number 2 and flip number 3.
Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on!
3. Number 1 being the Mazda Axela, 2007, 180,000 kilometers. It's gone. It's sold. So I paid $1,500 for that car, and I sold it for $2,300. Now, who did I sell it to? My painter in Frankton Hamilton Street, and he actually knew a dealer that might be keen on this. He showed it to him, and yes, he said originally he offered me $2,100, and I was like, nah, we don't want that. $2,100, go back, give me some more money. So
No!
managed to get him up to $2,400.
Yes!
$100. Now I gave Damien $100 commission for helping organize the deal and the sale, so I flicked him $100. So that left me with $2,300 for an $800 profit, basically for 2 or 3 hours work. Like, I made $800 off that car in less than half a day's work. So, and then the Suzuki Swift, the 2014 one, white manual, 170,000 kilometers. I sold that for $5,300. Now, if you remember from the previous video, I purchased both of these cars for a total of $5,500. So I actually couldn't spend even $1 on these cars, even though that Mazda was a shitter that needed a heap of work. So I basically had to sell them as is. So I took some photos, I listed it on a dealer's website, so it's called AutoFlip here in New Zealand. It's a good way to get maximum exposure to all the registered dealers. Listed on there, I sold it for $5,500. Now they take a commission of $200, you know, it is what it is. So that left me with $5,300 and a total profit of $1,300. $1,300 for less than half a day's work. I did the same thing, picked it up, dropped it off, gave it a vacuum, gave it a wash, took some photos, and I made $1,300 in basically 3 or 4 hours work, which is a pretty good payday. So all up, I made $2,100 off both of these cars, which gives us a grand total for our next flip, $7,600. Now let's just say, like, I'm pretty stoked with this. I sold this car basically in 2 days, and this car, the Swift, in 2 days. On these, we wanted to get them sold. We want to move on to the next one, and that's exactly what I did. What an unbelievable deal. I was so happy that I went into that car yard, I bought 2 of these cars. It was a bit of a risk, especially that Mazda Axela, just being so rough and needing so much work. But guys, I did it. I did it. We did it, baby.
Baby, we done it. We're rich, baby. Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
We did it. So next we're gonna go to the scoreboard. We're gonna break down each of these cars. We're gonna give them a score out of 40 and see where they rank alongside the Toyota Run X on the Wall of Fame. Now is the moment of truth. We're gonna rank both these cars with a score out of 40 for 4 different categories. First up, for reliability, the Mazda Axela. Now these are considered a pretty reliable cars. These engines, especially the 1.5 litre, are pretty bulletproof. If you look after them well, you service them well, they will go for a long time. Now I've owned plenty of Mazda Axelas. I've never really had any major issues with these cars. They've served me really well. I've probably owned maybe, I don't know, 20 or 30 of them I've flipped. They are really good cars, and for that I am going to give reliability an 8 for the Mazda Axela. Now for drive, yeah, this one, God, where do I get started? This one didn't really drive great. Let's be honest, for $1,500, you know, you can't expect too much. Now for this one, I put my foot on the brake. There was just this really bad shuddering coming from the front of the car. Now it felt like it was coming from the brakes. Now I definitely either needed some new brake pads or just basically a whole new disc. Yeah, the whole car would shudder, and yeah, it wasn't great at all. You definitely needed some work. And in terms of the rest of the drive, it was an auto. It went through the gears fine. It built up speed okay, but yeah, it didn't feel great. It felt like, you know, you weren't that safe in a $1,500 Mazda Axela. So for that, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to give my first one of the series.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
and I'm sure it's not gonna be a last, but yeah, this Mazda Axela definitely deserve a 1 for drive. Now for style, in terms of the looks of the car, for the Mazda Axela in general, they're a pretty cool looking hatchback. You definitely can find more ugly hatchbacks than the Mazda Axela. Like, I think it's a better looking hatchback than the Run X, the first flip that we did. But yeah, they are pretty cool looking sporty cars. They have a good shape to it, good body lines, and they are a very popular car for that reason. Now, for this one, yeah, it looked like shit.
Sorry.
So, for style, yeah, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna give my first 2 of the series, and I think that's pretty deserved of a 2 for this Mazda Axela. Look at that different bloody colored door. So for deal, I changed this category. This previously was a comfort category, but I thought it'd be a little bit more spicier, a little bit more beneficial for this series to do a deal category. I bought it for 1,500 bucks. I flipped it for $2,300. So I made a pretty good profit of $800 for basically a few hours work. I mean, that's a pretty good per hour rate, right? 800 bucks. So a pretty straightforward, easy deal with a good profit. You can't complain. So for that, I am probably gonna give that a 7. All right, now's the time to do some quick maths.
Come on. Do math.
2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3, quick maths.
Stay in school, kids, so better than me at maths. 8 + 1 is 9, + 2 is 11, + 7 is 18. 18 out of 40, yeah, that's not great. That's pretty shit. I reckon that's probably gonna be one of the lowest of the series. Now, I don't really buy cars in that sort of condition often, but yeah, I think 18 is gonna be pretty hard to beat for sure. Alrighty, now let's do the Suzuki Swift. We're gonna learn the fate of the Swift. Where is it gonna rank? We're about to find out. So for reliability, now the Suzuki Swift is known as a pretty reliable car. It does have a good reputation for reliability. I've owned quite a few Swifts, probably at least, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 of them I've flipped. They are really good cars. They will go a long time if you look after them well and you service them well. Now with these Swifts, the manuals do have a bit of a reputation for a bit of a dodgy gearbox. Now with this Swift, the gears change fine. I didn't find any issues with this gearbox. It actually felt really smooth, but there are known to be issues with the gearboxes in the Suzuki Swift. So there is that main issue that comes with these cars. But overall, they are a pretty reliable car. You can't really go wrong with a well-maintained Suzuki Swift. So for that, I am probably gonna give that a 6. Now for drive, this one did drive really nice for a $4,000 car. It went through the gears really nice. It sounded really good. There wasn't any major rattles or any dodgy sort of sounds that I was hearing with the Mazda Axela. It was smooth on the road. It was quiet. It felt comfortable. It was a nice drive, So for that, I am gonna give it probably a 7. So for style, for the look, the Suzuki Swift isn't the best looking car on the block. That for a little hatchback, you can find better looking hatchbacks, better sportier hatchbacks, just like the Mazda Axela. I reckon that is probably a better looking car. But the condition on this one was pretty good. It was in a nice white pearl, which did look really good in the sun. Overall, the paint was pretty good. There was one little sort of minor dent in the back with a little bit of rust. Nothing major, nothing that can't be fixed. But these are an okay looking car, not the best looking car out there. So for that, I am probably gonna give it a 5, which I think is probably pretty fair. For deal, so obviously I bought this at the same time as the Mazda Axela. Now I did get a pretty good deal. I bought it for $4,000 and I sold it for $5,500, minus a couple of $100 in auction fees, with a total return net profit of $1,300 I made on this car. So for 1,300 bucks, for basically less than a half a day's work, that's also a pretty good per hour rate, right? So yeah, that overall was a pretty easy, straightforward deal. So for that, I am gonna give an 8. All right, so 26 out of 40 for the Suzuki Swift. That's not too bad, that's over half. That definitely did better than the Mazda Axela. Alrighty, now's the time to stick this on the wall of fame next to Toyota Run X. So we're gonna put this one sort of up here. So flip number 2 went from 5,500 to 7,600, scored 18 out of 40 with an $800 profit. Now next is the Suzuki Swift. And we're gonna put this one right there. All right, so there we have it. We've got the Mazda Axela and then the Suzuki Swift. Now I put these two sort of together because I bought them both with the same amount of money. I bought two cars basically for the $5,500. So that's how much I got with that money. I managed to get two deals. So here it is, flip number 1, the Run X. Then we move to the Mazda Axela and the Suzuki Swift. So not a bad start. There it is, guys, the Wall of Fame. I've still got all this space to fill yet. But we're 3 deals deep already on the challenge. Alrighty, so hopefully you guys are enjoying this content. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these 2 flips, and let me know what you think I should flip next. If you have any ideas, if there's something that you would like to see, let me know in the comments. I do reply and read every single comment, so I will get back to you guys. Make sure you do subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying this content and you want to see what's next, what is going to be flip number 4 for the Certified to Supercar challenge. Check out this video and we'll see you in that one.